Welcome back, Wolfpack. Verlis here, and today I'm going to be going over the Pokemon I have used competitively. I've done movesets on like newer Pokemon, but when it comes to older Pokemon, I get a lot of comments in my battle videos and moveset guides saying, oh, what do you run for your Hippo? What do you run for this Pokemon? And right now, this is all I have. Mostly because the realization, or the reality of Generation 9 is that Terra Shards are everything, so all of the competitive quality of life is lost to the hackers, which means I've got like half a box of Pokemon, but it got me to Master Tier, and some of these Pokemon are some of the strongest things I've ever used. So let's go over that. This is just, here's some of the EVs and Pokemon I've been using if you have the questions. And effectively, we're just catching up. Like, this is end of Season 1, going into Season 2. People are like starting to finish the game and get their competitive Pokemon together and stuff. So now we can see everything that's going on here. First Pokemon, one of the first ones I used was a Skeledirge for the unaware. Ended up finding Crocalor to be better, but this is still alright. Max hit points, max special attack. That isn't exactly max, and that's to speed creep. So I don't know the exact EVs of every Pokemon, but I guess showing the stats. Like, level 64, max IVs, do the math and find the EVs. But I'm pretty sure I did like Giga speed creep, like 20, 28 speed EVs. And then max hit points, max special attacks. Torch Song doesn't care. And then, like, yeah, you just blow everything up with this. As for the item, Thread Spray works. And just ramp up and then get through the substitutes pretty easily. After that, we have the Arcanine. This was for my meme setup. It's hit points, special attack, modest nature. Actually, quiet. Interesting. I think I did that for something specific. Overheat, Snarl, Extreme Speed, Will-O-Wisp. Mostly just like a tech Arcanine that plays into a specific strategy where I ran this team. It was Arcanine, Persian, and Cyclizar. And Cyclizar, Regenerator, Citrus Berry, Shed Tail, Draco Meteor, Overheat. The idea is you hit and run behind the Technician, Fake Out, Facade, Toxic Orb, Persian. In theory, this Persian one-shots everything in the game just by going normal Terra into Fake Out and then like double damage Facade, Terra boosted, Stab. Technician is there for the Fake Out and the Bite. But you just like go up against Ghost Pokemon. Like Golden Go comes in and you just lose. Or some like Steel or Rock type physical tank just kind of absorb. Yeah, Garganasalt absorbs this. But anything that isn't Ghost type or Garganasalt, you at least one shot. But then you start to take Poison Burn. So the plan is you switch into Cyclizar, Shed Tail out, back into this, and then you Facade again. It worked once. And that's kind of the only reason why these guys exist. Max hit point speed, just to tank and get out. Max attack speed, just so you can Fake Out, Facade, and hurt everything. It was cute. It might work in a different reality, but it's whatever. And that's what the Arcanine was for. The Arcanine was you switch in on the Intimidate into a physical attacker, Overheat, Eject, Pack Out, back into Persian, Persian, Fake Out, Facade, and then you just win games. It didn't. So, talked about the Skeledirge. Now we got Crocalor. This thing, also pretty much like all the Pokemon are going to be Hyper Train, 6 IV, or minus attack, 5 IV Pokemon. For this is what won me the... Or not won me, this is what got me a sweep. This Crocalor has been carrying in a lot of my videos. So, Curse, Slack Off, Seed Bomb, Crunch. It's Clefable. The way I describe this is it's stronger Clefable. You give it Eviolite, hit points, all in on special defense because you're cursing, and it's just the same thing as Calm Mind, all defense, Clefable, unaware. This thing has Flying Terra so it doesn't get fissured, and it can also avoid an Earthquake and get a free turn to curse, and then it wins. We have 2 different flavors of Clodsire, right? Yeah. So we have the Flying Clodsire, and we have the Dark Clodsire. So once again, Flying Terra type only exists because of Fissure. And unfortunately, this Clodsire actually isn't good in the meta. Because Stockpile, Recover, it's great. As for stats, touch of special defense. All in on defense because it's defense status solo. Mostly hit points. Kind of playing it like a Blissey on the EVs. And then Toxic, well unfortunately Salt and Golden Go can't get Toxic. Body Press. Every Garganasalt is going to go Ghost or Flying, so that doesn't work. And then Ghost-type Pokemon just absorb the Body Press. It's like, in a meta Where those Pokemon don't exist is prevalently, this actually works really well, but the entire game is Golden Go and Garganasalt. So that's why we have this Clodsire, which also carries and got a sweep. As for why it doesn't have max EVs, I was lazy on the special defense, I guess. So, Curse Amnesia, Terra Blast, Dark Terra. This Pokemon's a slight liability, because if I Terra my Garganasalt, what am I going to do? I don't go Stab Dark. So Ghost-type Pokemon become a problem, and I also get the 50% less damage by not having the Terra type. But Curse Amnesia Recover, I have multiple Clodsire sweeps, so yeah, this works really well. That's why I'm the #1 Pokemon battler. Curse Amnesia, though, getting the double special defense can be better than Stockpile, but Stockpile is kind of a catch-all. Scale to Infinity, this has just been working really well. But like having Toxic Stall Body Press is also pretty powerful. Just depends on the meta. This Klefki is experimental. I wanted to go max hit points, max special attack, because this doesn't have the sustain engine. The sustain engine is going to be recycle Citrus Berry, but I have substitute instead because everything's got status. I want to sub the trick and get myself a free turn. I want to sub the spore. I want to use my prankster to sub the Garganasalt Salt Cure and then set up that way. So what this is like, this is the most frail Klefki I've ever ran. Because like normally you want like max defense, special defense nature, or high amount special defense with some more defensive investment so you actually get value. So like this Klefki takes a lot of damage, but it also does extra damage because of Draining Kiss, which means now it heals. You go Fairy Draining Kiss on a +2 Calm Mind, you get a lot of your health back, but it's harder to set up, but when it does, it actually just like carries on its own. I ran this Klefki for a long time. This is Klefki 2.0, and I think I debuted this in Gen 6, either XY or ORAS, and I actually ran it a bit in Sun and Moon. It works. It's just good. Prankster setup. Like, by the time your opponent touches you, you're taking half defense. Or, not half defense. Half damage from Iron Defense. 30% damage from Calm Mind. Boom. But oppressive power and super effective hits are too much. Still mixed on Earthworm. Earthworm's a Pokemon that's just outclassed by Dondozo. Why do this when Dondozo just does it better with Fissure? Rest, Sleep Talk, Fissure, Liquidation or something. Maybe Wave Crash in some situations, or a Heavy Slam for that extra bit of coverage, or it doesn't even need Sleep Talk, it can just rest and not care. Earthworm, this wins. Like, this is just the fast defensive tank. Like, if you're going up against physical Pokemon, Earthworm wins. Problem. You get Salt Cured. Problem. You've already terrored another Pokemon. Problem. Breloom exists. So again, it's one of those things where, like, the meta is just too ugly for this to succeed, but it's also very devastating. Just Earth Eater on Steel or Earth Eater on Terra Electric, but you're very one-dimensional. You have to Chesto, Resto, Iron Defense, and then your special defense is so low that it kind of undoes your setup. So you have to remove your opponent's special attacker, which is hard in 3v3 when they just sit on Garganasalt, and you can't match Garganasalt with Earthworm where they go into their special attacker and blow you up. But this is how you do it. Full defense tank, it's awesome. I like sitting on it. Scizor, gotta have max hit points, max attack Scizor. This thing is speed crept into like 20 or 28 EVs in speed. I don't remember. I have Thief for the memes because it does have Lumberry. Also like Chesto, Resto, Citrus Berry. A lot of this is very straightforward. The Dark Clodsire is safety goggles just because Breloom comes in and I set up on it and win for free. So no Breloom stops this and then it just wins the game on the spot. Lumberry Scizor, it's either this or Citrus. I haven't got enough time to know which one I want more. But yeah, Terra Steel, Bullet Punch, Swords Dance, Bullet Punch, Terra Steel, one-shot everything. Thief for like Lumberry, Citrus Berry, because then coverage and I get an item and that's kind of cool. Like the dream is you Swords Dance, Bullet Punch, and then you Thief a Choice Band and just win harder. I don't know. Blissey. My Blissey EVs are all over the place. I have 4 Chansey and Blissey in Pokemon Sword and Shield, and I still don't know what half of them are supposed to do. And this is just kind of like an abomination of all that. So max hit points, max defense, or not max hit, max defense, 200 EVs and hit points, rest and special defense to get value out of the Calm Mind. Calm Mind defense curl, you actually don't die to physical attackers and you just win. And then Flamethrower soft-boiled. Flamethrower is just there for Golden Go. And because of Golden Go, this has a Mirror Herb. I could effectively run a Chansey. I don't know. this Mirror Herb is like, you steal the Nasty Plot and then one-shot Golden Go on Terra Fire. It's kind of dank, but it's also kind of vulnerable. Like, you get something that resists the Flamethrower, even at +6, you're not having a great time. Not a good defensive type. It's mostly just for the Golden Go, because those matchups get kind of ugly for no reason. Yeah, this might need a bit more time in the lab, but the EVs are right, and everything but the last move is correct. It's just whenever I had Terra Blissey, it always screwed me over somehow. It screwed me over because of Golden Go. I go Terra Fairy, and then I just get Make It Rained on by a Nasty Plot, and that's actually too much for Blissey because Golden Go's power creep. Avalugg, same idea, max hit points, max defense. Mirror Coat is actually really cool because I'm running a Guava Berry. So, you eat a special attack, you get KO'd, haha, not really because it's sturdy. A Guava Berry puts you back at 30%, and then a physical attacker can't do that, so you just recover and win. Then you curse Avalanche. So, like, the problem is, like, you run this or Earthworm. I don't know, because, like, this is, like, really good defense tank, but there's always something in the meta that just goes wrong here. Terra Normal, just to kind of, like, not have weaknesses. But that kind of didn't work for me either, so that needs a bit more time in the lab. Hippowdon, Terra Dragon. I explained this in my video about how Terra Dragon is the best type against special attackers. So this just kind of like turns water weakness, grass weakness into a resistance, and then you just win. Problem with Fairy and Dragon type Pokemon, and also Ice a bit, but overall, like, Hippo is just the best. Hippo's still, like, one of the best Pokemon I've ever used. Come in, stockpile, Body Press Fissure, the opponent can't do anything. Max hit points, high amount of special defense to survive those hits. Defense, defensive nature, just kind of survive everything. Raw stats look like that. So yeah, you still need that special defense investment. It also helps, like, for neutral hits or non-Terra. Don't have to Terra the Hippo, does fine without it. Looking good. Here's Drifblim. The biggest question is Drifblim. They're like, what do you do for the EVs on your Drifblim? It's been the same EVs for like the last decade almost. It has so many hit points that all you can do is max out defense, special defense. Then the nature is your choice. Stockpile, strength stat, minimize baton pass. Dark Terra. Win. This isn't even like too much of behind the scenes with the live recording. This is just the video I was going to make, but I'm streaming it anyways. I have 2 Garganassalts. Why is my defense? I could have sworn I gave the Garganasalt and the Clodsire the extra bonus EV, but I guess I didn't. I don't know. Wait. Man, these Pokemon are so awkward, like in such weird spots, because I've had to change them so much. So this Ghost Terra is the first one I made. I thought I did max hit points, max defense. And that was like day 1 when every team was Breloom, Golden Go. And I guess I decided to change that? Or maybe it was always special defense, and that just feels wrong. I thought I had max hit points, max defense on the Garganasalt. Maybe that's why I was like, I was taking too much damage from Breloom at one point. I don't remember. Someone in chat said hacker confirmed. No, this is hacker unconfirmed because it's not maxed out. Or maybe I'm doing 4 instead of 6. Maybe that's it. Maybe these are the right stats. I just didn't go for the 6 because you have accessible wings now. Maybe that's why I did. Either way, maybe that's why I was taking too much damage from Breloom. Iron Defense, Recover, Salt, Cure, Fissure. Iron Defense, Recover, Salt, Cure, Fissure. This used to be Body Press, but then every mirror match is like, if you don't bring Fissure and the opponent's Garganasalt goes Ghost, you just lose. So now you have to do that. And then, like, this is Fissure Terra Flying to anti the Fissure Garganasalt because that's how ugly the game is. Max special defense so I can take a hit. Set up Iron Defense, still win. And then we're back to Crocalor, and that's it. Those are all my Pokemon. So those are the EVs. People have questions. Mostly the Hippowdon, because that's not a Gen 9 Pokemon. Mostly a Drifblim, because that's not a Gen 9 Pokemon. And then some things are kind of weird, some things kind of different. But this is what got me to Master Tier, and this is what we're moving into the future with. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.